3, 2, 1. Okay, well, everybody, thank you for attending our open house and birthday celebration. We kind of discovered that the Philadelphia chapter was celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, which we almost missed, and that's not something to miss because you only turn 50 once, but then again, you also turn 51, 52, 53 once too, but you know, this is a big milestone for us, so we wanted to share that. And so let's just jump into what we're about. If I could get there we go. So how would we define the Philadelphia Metro chapter? Well, I tried to kind of get a view of most of the area. It might be a little bit bigger, might be a little smaller, but more or less where we're located. So we're kind of, what I like to say is we're generally the Delaware Valley plus. We go a little bit north of what's considered the Delaware Valley and a little bit farther and beyond. So we encompass the main Philadelphia Metro chapter, or metropolitan area, hence Philadelphia Metro chapter. And you can see some of the towns that are in that little bell there that we cover, but there's probably lots of towns in between those that we also are represented as well. So most importantly, what we want to get across is that Philadelphia Metro chapter, like all STC chapters, is a community. And that's part of the reason that the people who are here attending tonight are, because in one way or another, you're all part of our community. And also we want to share our tasty cakes with somebody, so we might as well share it with our friends at STC. So just to give you an idea of who's kind of running the show these days, we have currently we have a provisional committee, and I'll explain what that is right now. So right now I'm the acting president. Our acting treasurer is Steve Adler. We have 4 people who are helping out at our different committees, which is Karen Levine, Maureen Scalatino, Mahua Mitra, and Rob Sims. Now, what's going on with this provisional committee is because we were unable to get any volunteers or members to actually run for our elections last year, which is not a good thing. We would like to have people volunteer and help out with our activities, but also take over, because pretty much most of us in this committee have actually run the chapter in some form or another for many years, and we're ready to pass the mantle on. So we're starting to train some people like Mahua and Robert, but we'd like to bring other people in, because the chapter is only as strong as its volunteers. So right now we've got a small but sturdy group, but we'd like to spread out and expand on that. And you might want to know, what kind of things do we do during the year? Well, just to give you an example of some of the things that we've done in the past year, most recently, last summer, we had an end of the year picnic and awards event. We had a picnic rather than a traditional dinner that we have, because we were trying to abide by pandemic rules, and so we had something outside, and it went very well. In September, we had a webinar that was about called From Meh to Memorable, creating impact in your virtual presentations. In October, we had another webinar, which was about translating technical documents, translating technical documentation. And in upcoming next month, we hope you can join us again for our 2nd annual virtual holiday party. Again, we're trying to just keep things in place for the moment because of pandemic rules and stuff. We don't want anybody to get sick. And we're going to have our 2nd annual ugly sweater contest, and we'll probably have some crafts that you can do at home as well.
Can I enter Duncan?
What was that?
Can I enter Duncan? He's got a great sweater.
Sure. We accept everybody. You know that. In January, we're having a UX presentation about improving your technical communications using road signs and everyday experiences. This was a presentation that was done at the STC Summit, and I spoke to the presenter because I loved the presentation, and she's more than happy to do the presentation again. We're also doing our 2nd annual virtual Conduit. Conduit is our local conference, which has kind of expanded beyond local. We do something different starting last year, which is we have an unconference, and instead of having the traditional setup where we have people submit proposals for presentations and then our council picks them out, we do something a little bit more loose and casual, where we have people submit that they'd like to do a presentation or host a panel or a discussion. And then the day of the event, whoever is an attendee actually gets to vote for the different presentations instead of the council. So that way it's a little more customized because it serves the needs of the people who are actually attending. We did it on a small scale last year. We're hoping to do it. Last year we did it as a half day. This year we're hoping to do it as a full day. And we're going to have a lot more things coming up, but this just gives a little inkling of some of the things that we're going to be doing. So it's a little mix of educational and social, and hopefully I'm hoping that by next year, excuse me, we'll be able to do a lot more in-person things. But for the moment, we're just kind of staying safe because we care about everybody and being safe, and again, because we're kind of on small scale, it's a little easier to do virtual while we can. So we're going to keep going from there. So as I mentioned, Conduit is something that's very important to us because it is our regional conference. This is just to give you a feel for how important it is to us. You can see some at least two people who have been recent presenters who are fairly well known in the TechCom community, David Dylan Thomas and Ginny Reddish, both kind of TechCom superstars. And the others, you can see they're very well attended. And then the far right is one of our attendees, Neiman, who came down here from Canada to attend. And he just kind of exuded the feeling that we had the last time we had an in-person one. It was a lot of fun. And so I always love that picture because it shows how much fun we have as well as what we do when we're learning. Something else that we also do is student sponsorships. We have been doing this for several years. I know Tim was part of the original scholarship program. I think Lori got him started on that. And we've been trying to continue that. It kind of went on hiatus for about a year or two. We're trying to bring it back into play again. So what we do is we sponsor 5 student memberships, which are available now. We have an application. So if you know anybody who is interested, let me know and I'll give you my email at the end and I can send you more information about this. And what we do is we have everyone who gets one of those student sponsored memberships a chance to compete for our scholarship. Now, you'll see this gentleman, I'll try to point to him right here behind Stephanie. And right here, this is Don DeBoard, who was a linchpin in getting everything done for our sponsorships and our scholarships and our academic outreach for many years. And sadly, he passed away in 2020 and we miss him terribly. I know I do. And we made a decision last year that we wanted to make sure that we kept his memory alive through the scholarship. So we've named the scholarship after Don. So if you know anyone who is interested, who is a TechCom student of any kind, whether it's in UX or technical writing, or instructional design, anything like that, we would love to be able to give out this the Don DeBoard Memorial Scholarship in the next year. So let us know. And this just gives you an idea of some of the people who've received it in the past few years. And I remember a young Tim Esposito who did not get the scholarship, but he did give it out. So there you go.
Yeah, that one picture's from like 2008.
Active?
The application, I think, is active right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's been active since last year, but I know.
Oh, okay.
But Mahua and Rob are on our academic outreach team, and we're going to actually kind of pull everything together. We'll have a meeting on Monday just to make sure that we're kind of getting the word out. But since I'm talking to different people here who might have connections to Philadelphia schools and area schools, and students who might be in this area, I thought I'd mention it. A big part of what we do and what makes us successful is volunteering, and just about every person in this picture is a volunteer or has been a volunteer. So it's a big part, as I mentioned, of what makes our chapter keep going. So one of the things I mentioned is that, because we've been, trying to find volunteers, we're just trying to keep at least a core member of group volunteers to keep things running. So minimally, we have to have a president and a treasurer. We also would like to have people who can help out with membership, which includes academic outreach. A lot of people usually are interested in that. Communications, which is just putting out the word through social media. Maureen's been doing a fantastic job in the last 2 years, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind having some help now and then. and also our programming. And programming, for those who don't know, is basically our event planning and helping out with conduit. And the benefits for volunteering are career development. You learn some practical project management and leadership skills. You can learn some new software. And you can meet other STC leaders and expand your professional network. I think this meeting today is a kind of a good example of that. There's a lot of leaders or former leaders who are here, and we all kind of know each other because of the different projects that we do. It's definitely a positive learning environment. You only take on what you can handle. We all support each other. I know that I can speak to Tim because he's technically my leadership mentor, and I can say he's always been very supportive of me. Karen has always been I always have said she's always been my right-hand person when I've had to take the lead. She has always been supportive of me. Lori's been supportive of me. Everybody who has been in this chapter, we all, support each other and fill in gaps when we have to. So it's a great learning environment. And one of the things I think I learned from Todd, when he was still with our chapter, he's now in Colorado, is that volunteering is a great opportunity to learn new skills, and you can fall on your face and you won't get fired, which is a great way to look at it. I always keep that in mind, that you can't get fired from being a volunteer necessarily, and it's a
saying
great.
Todd fell on his face then.
Well, but there's the rest of us who can pick each other.
Didn't always see that.
He's good at hiding it. He just trips it and meant to do that. That sort of thing, right? So it's a great. I know I've fallen on my face, in private at times, and I've had other people pick me up. But at the same time, I try to pass it forward and try to help lift other people up as well. And the last point here is friendships. I think there's a lot of people on this call who I would consider friends, who I would definitely go to, whether it's professional or personally, and they're lasting connections. Just the other night, or a couple times actually this past week, my husband has said, the one thing that's been consistent in the last decade or so with your career has been STC, because they are always there. You have the environment that you need as a volunteer, and your involvement not only professionally, just because you can get, from the benefits of being at STC, where you can get great networking and there's great professional development, but it's the network and the people is really what keeps me going. And I can say, yeah, that's pretty much true. So as I said, we really need some new volunteers. We definitely need officers. We need members. And we have the people who can help train you with this, and we also have written instructions all over the place too. So we have we're pretty set in trying to help you learn something new. I think for me personally, I've learned how to become more of a leader. I think people have always said I'm an extrovert, so I must be a natural leader. I'm not. There's a part of me, I know how to publicly speak, but I'm not necessarily the person who's always had the opportunity to take a leadership position. So this has been an opportunity for me, and I've learned a lot about project management, how to deal with people, how to delegate, things like that. Sometimes I would take on everything myself, and I had to learn to delegate. That was a big thing I learned. And so, this is a safe environment. As I said, you can make mistakes, and it's okay, because it's not going to hurt anybody, or you're not going to get fired for it. But we have lots of backup to try to make sure that you succeed. We also have CAC assistants. CAC is short for the Community Affairs Committee, which is a board committee of the STC. And they also help with the planning and strategy of what chapters and communities do. There's lots of leadership webinars. There's one-on-one assistance. Anne-Marie is the chair. She's on the call. I'm on the CAC as well, and several people on here have been on the CAC in the past. But it's a great resource, so you could get not only the leadership training through the chapter, but also through the CAC. And we actually have an incentive program through the CAC. That's just something fun. It's called the Deep Sea Adventure. So, you can check that out on the CAC website. And it gives you a chance to, Yes, as we're going to be launching our fund incentive program. We've kind of done a soft launch, but the big launch is coming up in a couple weeks. So we invite you to get even deeper into leadership topics and chapter topics that way. And it'll definitely help bolster what you would know for helping with the chapter leadership. So this is just a little bit more. And you can contact or see what they're up to with the website that's down here at cac-stc.org. And so, planning for our future, if there are any volunteers, anybody here who would like to volunteer, like I said, right now we're working with a provisional committee, and we would really like to get some solid people in here. We are in a position that if there are no volunteers, the rule is that communities of 60 or more have a waiting period to be considered for mergers or dissolutions. And as of today, we have 45 members, which is actually up. But, we want to stay strong. And even if we're small, we want to be small and mighty. So we need all the help that we can get. And if you are interested in helping out in any way, feel free to contact me directly at president@stc-pmc.org. And I think that's all I'm going to say about that. Does anybody have any questions? I see Lori raising her hand. What's going on, Lori?
You know that I declined doing anything last year because I was a little bit preoccupied with my husband.
Understandably.
So now that that is,
yeah, had good reason.
Now that I'm past that situation, I do not want to be president again.
I can understand that.
Chapters, I've been on the board, but I might be able to do treasurer.
Okay, that would be great. I know Steve is kind of holding down the fort.
Has to tell me how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We definitely will. We definitely will. I mean, there's 2 former treasurers on the call right now for the chapter. So, if worse comes to worse, if Steve can't answer the question, we've got 2 other people. So, we can definitely do that. So, that's great. I appreciate that. And we can talk offline about it.
Unless Steve wants to be official, that'd be fine.
Right. But for now, we're kind of looking at different things. And he kind of, as what had happened was, we mentioned Don before with academic outreach. And what happened was that Karen was the immediate past treasurer, and she stepped in. She was trying to step down, and she stepped in and kind of held the fort down until Steve was able to come in, and we just kind of put him in place. But we haven't had an elected one, since for about 2 years now. So if we can put you on the ballot, soon, that would be awesome.
And I always say, and I have always said, that the sign of a healthy chapter is competitive elections.
Yes, I agree. So at this point, not even being able to come up with any kind of competition last year, we couldn't get anyone who was the basic minimum requirements is being an STC member and a chapter member, and we could not pull anybody in. There would be like, oh, I used to be an STC member. Well, no, you need to be an STC member now, or yeah. That's nice that you're an STC member, but you need to be a chapter member. Are you willing to become a chapter member? No, I don't think so. All right, so it just kind of made it difficult. And what I'm hoping is that, right now we're actually, Bobby's on the call. Bobby has this wonderful method that she came up using LinkedIn. And I've been trying to promote our team to do this for several years, and we finally are getting around to it. And I think part of the reason we have 45 is because we're finally trying to implement the contacts that we've gathered at this point. Robin and Karen pulled together a list. And so we're splitting up the list and contacting people, just friending them and sending them notes. And Karen's already brought on a couple of people already. So I think we're already starting to see the benefits of that. I hope that continues into the new year, and that will start us rolling in the right direction. And I'm also hoping that with the pandemic starting to subside and people kind of getting back to, I want to say, to normal, I put that in air quotes, that maybe people are going to be able, instead of being able just to focus on the here and now, the immediacy of taking care of their family and their work, they're going to be able to expand again and reach out and do more again. So, that's what my hope is. And I'm hoping that everyone on this call, if you know people in this area, in the greater metro, Philadelphia metro area can kind of help spread the word, we would greatly appreciate it. So, and then Mahua says, that's my thought too. And she's a good example. She's a good example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good example. She and I have been talking. We kind of got her on board. So, and Rob, we met at. He's been a long time chapter member, but didn't get involved until we actually met at the end of the year picnic that we had last year. We told him what was going on, and he's like, I can help with that, you know. And he's been a great asset. So we're hoping that you stick around for a while, Rob.
Yeah, I've learned so much, and I missed the translation once, unfortunately, but just getting back involved in STC in the last maybe year and a half, maybe 2 years now, is really helped me, because I'm involved in things that I sort of drifted a little bit into Marcom and some other things, which good or bad, I'm back. I'm a pure tech writer now, and
Right.
it's been really helpful to just get involved. I was involved in the national event as well I think I paid for 1 day, and it was really helpful to hear about UX and different different sessions. And so, and just talking to the folks on this team has really been helpful to just hear what's going on. So
Yeah.
thanks for letting me help in any way I can.
We're happy that you're more than willing to jump in, and that you're willing to fight the fight with us.
Yeah.
You know, so we're happy about that. And just, you know, something that you mentioned was that I think one of the things that we're hoping that we can promote going forward is that TechCom isn't just tech writing. I think a lot of us are tech writers, but we're not exclusively tech writers. You know, there's, as you said, there's Marcom, there's UX writing, there's UX design, there's instructional design, there's like a couple different sub things, you know, subtopics under that. And one of the things I think I was just talking to somebody last night about this is that even with our academic outreach, I'm hoping that we can reach out to groups that are not just tech writing programs, that we do reach out to the instructional design and the UX design and the UX writing programs and courses, because I think we have something to offer. When I got out of graduate school, God, it was almost 10 years ago now, I thought technical communication, I kind of already had that understanding there was more to it than just technical writing, that there was the content strategy, that there's the content. I was really into content management and instructional design. I think the job I'm in now is the first time I've actually done tech writing. So, you know, if we can start expanding the people's concept of what TechCom is, what falls under that umbrella beyond just tech writing and tech editing, I think that
it has grown. It has grown tremendously. When I first started, you know, many years ago, before some of you probably, I was told, oh, anybody can do technical writing. We've got secretaries; they can do it.
People still say that.
I mean, we all know better. We all know better.
People still say, oh, anyone can do technical. What you just documentation, just write, jot it down and write. It's very heartening, you know, when the people say that way. But yeah, that's the thing.
And I think Bobby had her hand up a while ago. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby. Sorry. Feel free to just jump in. We're that kind of crowd, you know.
I just started to write what I was going to say in the chat, but I just deleted it. Just to follow up on the Sales Navigator project, we have so far compiled just under 2,000 names of prospects all over the country, and Canada and India, and, you know, wherever we have chapters. And that's going to continue to grow. It's the tip of the iceberg. We hit a bit of a hiccup with our Sales Navigator page that we had set up, and we're trying to run interference and try to get that resolved with LinkedIn. They didn't like some of the things we were doing, so we're trying to recoup that, but we're still building our list and working out communications. But I was going to suggest that we maybe compare our notes, because I've found a lot of people in your area, and, you know, if they're not on your list already, we can certainly share those.
Yeah, that would be great.
One time, I think this chapter had over 300 members.
Yeah. Well, then again, a lot of chapters have, a lot, way, way bigger numbers. Well, I was actually talking to a friend who is an executive at another nonprofit association that runs chapters and things like this. And she said right now it's pretty much the norm for what's going on with chapters in any nonprofit right now. We're all kind of struggling along and trying to hold things together right now. So I think with her, it's a little bit different because her membership is veterans and the average age of her membership is 75. I don't think we have that same issue, because a lot of us are technical people. We know how to work different apps and digital stuff, whereas she struggles just trying to get people to use something like an online form. So it's a little bit different. But for us, I think there's lots of opportunities, but I think it's about thinking a little bit outside the box, and I think the board is doing a lot to try to do that. I know the committees are doing that, at least the committees that I belong to, the board committees I belong to in the last 2 years are trying to think outside the box and really see how are we going to best serve our membership, because it's not the same membership of when you had 300. It's a different dynamic. It's a different age. So how do we bring in, if we have 45, how do we bring in the other 255 people to jump on board? So, with people, the membership committee that's there, we're doing our own efforts. I think we'll get there. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time, but it starts here at the grassroots level. So that's my take on it. So does anyone else have anything they have any questions on, or any favorite memories of being part of the STC-PMC chapter? For me, like I said, I've been involved more or less for the last 10-ish years, maybe just a pinch less. I've been a member of STC for about 10 or 11 years, but I don't think I really got active until after graduation for me. So it's been more like about 10 years. And I think I've been on the board for 6, 7, 8-ish years, or involved with not the board, the council, for like 6, 7, 8-ish years, something like that. So for me, it's always been about like conduit. It's been about the friendships. It's been about, where I live, there's not too many people who think of themselves as technical communicators. So I always say, this is like my family. This is my clan. You all speak my language. So you all understand what I do. Half the time I have to explain what I do to people, so I don't have to explain it as much. And that's kind of a nice thing. And I think most of the people who are involved are very passionate about this field. So, and I know I am. So it's kind of fun to talk to people who are as passionate about it. How about you, Todd?
Well, I just wanted to say hi. And just the chance to, connect with some folks and people I haven't seen in a while since moving out of here about 2 years ago. So of course I was a lot more active, as many people on this call were, similarly, in lots of roles and other things, about 10 years ago and stuff, and just, really cherish, some of the friendships and relationships, and, what I've learned and gained and experienced is all, a very positive memory of the time that I was in Philadelphia. So that's really kind of how I got it really helped boost everything I did, and with professionally, personally, and, I'm just, was grateful for the opportunity, and it's nice to see some of you again. And, I know sometimes it was nice to connect at Summit and things like that, events like that, and hopefully we'll have a chance for that, and possibly Conduit and other kinds of things as well. But yeah, I mean, it's credit to what you guys have been doing and keeping up with and managing to still do programming and other things. So it's just, wanted to say great job and wish you well, and say hey to other people on the call that, haven't seen as much, and it's been a little while, and hope everybody's doing okay. And
is there a chapter in Denver?
Yes, Rocky Mountain chapters, what it is out here. So
have you seen Anna Boyce out there? Because I think she moved over there.
She did move to Denver, yes.
I don't know. No, I don't think I have. No, not
She
through
one of our
scholarships.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she worked where I worked for a couple of years, and then she moved to Denver.
Yeah, a lot of people moved down here.
Well, it's good to see you, Todd. We miss you.
I miss you guys too. They're all stuck here inside, so COVID's running its course. Just it's not going away here these days. But
one of my SMEs is in Denver, and I work with her all the time.
Nice.
We haven't had snow yet this season. It's almost a record.
We haven't either, knock on wood. So that's good.
Well, I just want to congratulate everybody. This is Anne Marie, and I know it's almost like you've got the Hall of Presidents here or something, right?
A little bit.
Yeah,
I know
Danielle,
Steve wanted to come.
Lori, Tim, Todd. Have I missed anyone? So
I've actually been president of 2 chapters.
There you go.
But which other chapter?
Back when it was the Orlando chapter.
Oh, okay.
And I was president when we had the what was then called the conference, the summit at Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 5 board members on this call too.
Yeah, I was on the board.
Yeah,
I was a board member.
Yeah. But no, I just wanted to say, congratulations. I am a member, but I'm in New Jersey, but that's okay, right? To be in the Philadelphia Metro.
Jersey girls rule, man. Who is a Jersey girl too? Karen's originally a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
You came down for my canoe trip when we went to New Jersey after we went canoeing in the Delaware. So you're in the fold.
Yeah. But, I keep trying to drag her into more things. So
Hey Marie, where in New Jersey are you?
I'm in Hunterdon County. So just right across from 20 minutes from Bucks County.
Oh, so you're in our chapter.
Yeah,
that's not too far.
Yeah.
She and I are kind of the outliers, in that respect, because I think Delaware Valley kind of stops in Trenton, and we're both just a little bit beyond Trenton. We're kind of in that no man's land between New York and Philadelphia. So, when you're in that no man's land, you kind of
central New Jersey that may or may not be a place.
It is.
I'm in the outland going the other way because I'm just on the border of Berks County.
Oh.
Exactly. So, some of us are outliers. We're not necessarily in Philly itself, but, or that close to it. But, for me, I always said I'm culturally more of a Philadelphian than a New Yorker. Any day, if I had to pick between 2 cities to live in, I would live in Philadelphia in a heartbeat. And most of my family's from either Philadelphia or South Jersey, like in Gloucester and Camden. So growing up culturally in my head, I relate to Philadelphia. And when I joined, I was member of both chapters, but I was like, well, if I have to pick one, which one am I actually going to be able to come to the meetings? And I figured it was easier for me to get to Philadelphia than New York, and I have not regretted that at all. Making that decision.
I have a funny story about the first meeting that I signed up for.
Go for it.
In 2002, when I first moved to Pennsylvania, I was working in King of Prussia, and there was a meeting downtown somewhere. And, even today, getting into Philadelphia to me is like maneuvering in a foreign country.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So I got there. It took me almost an hour and a half to get there from King of Prussia. I couldn't find a parking place. I double parked. I ran in, gave them my money, and said, sorry, I can't park. I'm leaving. And they thought they'd never see me again.
Oh, geez. I think my first meeting was actually a holiday party because it was at Barry Byron's house in Lawrenceville. And because that was so close, that's only like 15 minutes from my house, 15, 20 minutes from my house. And, I knew exactly how to get there. It's like, let me start close. And I remember not talking to too many people because as much as I perceived as an extrovert, I think I mostly sat in a corner and just watched, for most of the whole event. But it got me started. It got my foot, got my feet wet. And I just kind of, as soon as I was able to start traveling more because I had to do more at home, I would at least try to come out for the end of the year banquets. And I just, slowly but surely started getting more active. And then before you knew it, I was going to everything because I was running them all. So, so it took time, but I got there. I got there eventually. So, it's a good group. And I mean, there's people in this call that I have to say, thank you for your service to the chapter. You laid a very good foundation and you set a very high standard for us that sometimes it's hard to keep up, but we try. And, thank you for doing that, in past years, because I don't think we would be as strong or have a strong showing or have lasted as long as 50 years without that kind of support. So. And on that note, who wants to play a game? Because I came up with this fun game that I hope that you guys will enjoy. Anyone interested in doing a party game? Just yes, no? Yeah, I know Tim's always up for a game.
Sure.
So let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Let me turn off this. Game. Ooh, didn't see the game time. I had a whole slide for game time. So let me turn that off. Just bear with me a second. And hopefully this will work. Hold on. Hopefully you can hear it. Hold on. There you go.
Karen's comfy.
All right. I put this together last night. Hopefully you can hear it.
Karen, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I said I'm not feeling well today. I've been in bed all afternoon.
Oh, no.
Sorry to hear that, Karen.
Let me turn down the volume of this because it's driving me crazy. Loud. Okay. There we go. So we're doing a variation. Hopefully you can see it. Oops. Nope, you can't. Hold on. Okay. I couldn't see it. Okay. So the idea, hopefully the song
is not seeing it.
Too irritating. I wanted to do a variation on Jeopardy. I only have a couple categories because I didn't want this to take all night. But I thought it would be fun if we played a game of older, younger, or the same. So we have 4 different categories. And within each category, let's say like with music, it'll give the name of some, let's say, song from a certain year. And you have to guess if it's older than the STC, the Philadelphia Metro chapter, younger than the Philadelphia Metro chapter, or the same age. So, who would like to go first? I'm going to go with the Game Master first. Tim, why don't you pick a category and a price, and then we can stop this horrible music.
Yeah, music for 100.
Okay, music for 100. There you go. Hey, you get a daily double already. Okay.
I've got it all.
Okay, so the question is, older, younger, or the same? Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John. What do you think? Is the chapter older, younger?
Is the chapter older? So what year did the chapter was founded?
The chapter is 1971. It's 50th anniversary.
Okay, so the chapter is older than the song.
Chapter is older than the song. Or the song is actually younger than the chapter. So there you go. So you got it right.
So I got it right. So
you got it right. You just said
forward,
it.
Am I supposed to say younger or okay?
Yeah.
Is the song younger than the chapter? What is it in relation
the song is
to?
younger than the chapter. Right. Because you wrote that for the bicentennial, right?
Yes, he did. I think he also voted for Billie Jean King or something like that.
He did. He was on the team, the Philadelphia Freedom. That was a good trivia.
There you go. Okay. So, Tim, do you want to pick somebody else to pick a question, or do you want to pick another question?
Just go down the list.
Okay. Which one? Next one, music?
No, I meant like. I meant go down the list of attendees. Like have Anne-Marie pick the next one because she's
okay. Anne-Marie, you pick the next one.
Oh, okay. Well, let's stay with music. 200.
Okay. For what? 200,
for
300? 200?
200.
Okay. Older, younger, the same. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. I tried to pick songs that most everybody knew. Or
that's interesting. I think Sweet Caroline is older.
Okay, let's see. All right. She got 200 points.
Are you actually tracking the points for everyone?
No. I am. I am.
Who's taking? We got some IQ.
Okay, who wants to go next? Lori, you want to go next?
No, I'm taking numbers.
Oh, you're
You're
taking
going down
notes.
the list.
Okay, you're
Have Karen go
I'll
next.
go
Karen
next.
wants to. Okay, Karen, you pick a topic.
I want to do celebrity births for 1,000.
Okay.
Oh, right to the end.
Okay, so this would be somebody who was born in a year, and you have to know if the person is older than the chapter, younger than the chapter, or the same age.
Okay.
Okay. Tina Fey, Philadelphia area gal.
Ooh.
She is older than the chapter.
Correct.
Oh.
Go for it. Okay, you pick somebody else to take a turn.
Todd.
All right, let's do TV premieres for 400.
Okay.
Random location, right?
NFL Monday Night Football.
I think it's
Go
the
Eagles.
same. It's the same.
Think it's the same? It was
Yeah.
in 1971? Let's see. Nope.
Oh,
NFL football is a
geez.
year
So close.
older.
Hmm.
Okay. Todd, do you want to go again? We're doing my rules. I make up the rules. We give
No,
everybody
let's
at least.
Oh, we get to go again.
No, what's that?
You get to go
You
again.
get
Pick
to
another
go
Oh, well,
again.
let's do TV premieres for 100. Then.
one. Okay.
Oh.
Schoolhouse Rock. Is Schoolhouse Rock
It's
younger?
probably within a year or two. Oh, I'm
Or
going to
the
say the
same?
same.
You think it's the same?
It's the same. It's
Nope, younger.
wow. Oh well. All right.
Man, what were you smoking back those years? No, I'm kidding. That's why I thought this was good, because I tried to
Our
put it
parents
in
were
things
up.
in years
They
that were
were
pretty close.
super close. Yeah.
So,
My
hey, I was a
goodness.
toddler or preschooler in these years myself. So, okay.
Who's
You
a
want to
senior in
do
high
it one
school?
more, or do you want somebody else to pick?
Let somebody else go.
Why don't you pick who goes next?
Paul.
Paul.
Okay. Let's do movies for 400.
Okay. Is 2001 A Space Odyssey older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
I'm going to go with older.
You are correct. Good job. Okay, do you want to pick somebody else on the call to answer the next one?
Roberta Warner.
Bobby. Okay, Bobby, pick a category. Oops. Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Oh, she's
Music
there.
for 1,000.
Okay, which category again?
Music for
Music.
1,000.
Okay, got the 1,000, but I did hear that. Hey Jude by the Beatles. Is Hey Jude older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
I'm going to say it's older.
Let's see. Yep, just by a little bit. Cool. Okay. Who would you like to go next?
Mahua.
Okay.
Okay. You'd like to pick movies for 300?
Okay. Oh, she gets a daily double. Lucky her. Look at Tim. He's like, yeah. All right.
Mahua, just throw it all in. Double it. Make
Double
it a true
it.
daily double.
Okay. Is the movie The Graduate older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Older.
Older? Yep, you got it. All right. Okay, so how about you pick somebody else? I think Maureen hasn't gone yet. Should we pick on Maureen?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, Maureen, go for it. What would you like? Although we can't hear you, we think you're on mute.
No, she's not.
She's not?
She may have stepped away. Are you there, Maureen?
No? Okay.
Nope.
How about
Rob?
Rob?
Rob, here's going.
Rob.
I will try movies for 100.
For 100. Okay.
Yes.
Is
Oh no.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now this is the Gene Wilder version, not the Johnny Depp version.
I
Is
think that was
movie
71.
older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
I think it was the same. 71.
Okay, let's see. All right.
Oh,
Very
well
good.
done.
Let's see.
good one.
There are a couple sames thrown in here. So
That's
you
pretty
got
good.
one.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Good movie.
Okay. Lori, I think you haven't had a chance to pick a category yet. You pick a category.
Let's see. TV premieres for 1,000.
Oh, she's a risk taker here. Okay. Soul Train. Is that older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Older.
Older? Let's see. Nope, it's the
same.
same.
Oh.
60 nonstop minutes through the tracks of your mind. I love
That's
that.
right.
We saw Good Morning America today. No, it was the same.
Working on the Soul Train.
I was working.
I was taking a
All
nap.
right, let Maureen try again.
Okay.
She's here.
All right. Maureen. Why don't you pick a category and an amount?
We can't hear you. Type it into the chat.
There you go. There's an idea. Movies for
Movies
1,000.
for 1,000.
Okay. Young Frankenstein. Is it older? No, not the movie. The movie, not the Broadway musical. Is Young Frankenstein older, younger, or the same age as the chapter? You can type in your response for that too. There's actually 2 Mel Brooks movies that came out that year, so younger. Let's see.
She said younger.
Correct.
Yes.
Blazing Saddles also came out the same year, it turns out.
Mm.
Okay. Anne-Marie, you said you wanted to go next? I saw a hand up.
Oh no, I wasn't. But you want me to go? I was just
Sure.
stretching here. Well, you know what? Let's stay with music and let's go down to 400.
Okay. Had to throw in a couple Philadelphia ones. TSOP. Is that song older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Oh boy.
Dun 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 dun.
It's either same or older. I'm going to say older.
Let's see. Nope, younger. By 1 year. See, a lot of these are close. Okay. Who would like to take a turn
Can I
next?
to redeem myself?
Yeah.
Karen wants
I'll
to go
take
next.
Celebrity Births for 400.
She likes that Celebrity Births one.
I do.
Older, younger, or the same?
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. People's
They
Man.
just said how old he was.
Paul Rudd is the same.
He's older.
Nope, he's older.
Oh.
Wow.
Looking
They
good.
said he was
Wow.
Staying alive.
when he, so.
I just figured since he was kind of timely right now, that would be a good one. So. Well, since you missed it, you can go again.
Okay, let's try movies for 200.
Okay. Clearing out the categories. She gets a daily double. Woo!
I'll bet it all. I'll bet it all.
Okay.
Oh, I was just doubling what was there when other people did
It's
it.
fine. Whatever works.
Older, younger, or
Godfather.
the
Is
same.
the Godfather the older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Older.
Older? Let's see.
Mhm.
Nope. Younger. Okay. How about you go again?
I'm not taking it off your total, Karen. I just didn't add any to it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so pick another one. We've cleared out the movie category.
All right, Celebrity Births for 300.
Okay. Bradley Cooper, another Philadelphia area guy. Is he older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Oh, he's so close. I'm going to say he is older.
Nope, younger. Like I said, I tried to keep it close on purpose.
Yeah.
Got 1,000 here. Try
All right,
again.
somebody else go.
Okay, who'd like to go? Don't all jump up
Todd
at
should
once.
go.
Okay.
He doesn't have any right yet.
Jeez, I need some points. Let's go with celebrity births for 100.
Okay. Another daily double.
A lot of daily doubles on this board.
Yeah. Hey, it's
All of
it's a free
They're
app.
all
We're
in,
not
all
going
right.
to question why,
If you
right?
get it right, I've just been doubling what the amount is on the thing. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Like I said, we make up our own rules here, so it
I'm not,
works.
I'm not taking off for wrong answers. I'm just doubling the
Yeah,
rate.
Thanks,
that works
Lori.
for me. Okay. Shaquille O'Neal, is he older, younger, or the same
Younger.
age as the chapter?
Younger. Younger.
Younger? Ding, ding, ding.
Ah.
You got it
All
this
right, I'm
time.
on the board.
200,
Here we go.
yay!
Hey.
Okay. We only have 4 more on the board. Who would like to go
Rob needs
next?
some more points.
All right.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's try the music for 300.
Music, the last one? Okay.
Yeah.
Brown Sugar by the Rolling
Oh,
Stones.
come on.
Is it
71.
older, younger, or the
Same.
same?
71. Yeah, that I know.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm
I was
not a
3.
Rolling Stones fan, but that was a great year for them.
That was a hard, trying to find things for the same year that everybody recognized was hard. I kept on looking at, and my personal taste was like nothing got good until like after 1974, but that's me.
Okay, Tim needs some more points.
Tim needs more points? Okay. Go for it, Tim.
I was hoping you were going to put Aqualung into the music category, but I'll go with TV premieres for 300.
Okay. Monty Python's Flying Circus. You should know this, Tim.
Oh,
Older,
I should
younger,
know
or the
this.
same age as
It was
the chapter?
older.
Ding, 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 ding. Definitely. Okay. Bobby looked like she wanted to go next. Yeah?
Yeah, I'll do celebrity births for 200.
Okay. Another daily double. Woohoo! Okay. Elon Musk. Is he older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
I'm going to say he's older.
Let's see. Nope, he's the same age. Who would have thought? Okay. Hey, Paul, how about you take the last category? Does that sound good?
You got it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Good Morning America. Is Good Morning America older, younger, or the same age as the chapter?
Complete guess. I'm going to say it's younger.
You are correct. Very good. I somehow remember that vaguely. What was the guy's name? David Hartman? Yeah, something like that. Okay,
Yeah,
so we've cleared the
So I'm
board.
gonna start at the bottom.
Where did you
have a
get a
final
working
Jeopardy
version
question,
of Flash
which I
We have
Player?
a final Jeopardy.
Danielle, how do you have a working version of Flash Player?
I don't know.
Didn't they decommission that years ago?
HTML5.
I have no idea.
Wow.
I have a lot of Adobe stuff installed on my
Yeah.
computer.
Well,
and
when
I've
your
got
computer
stuff
doesn't
on.
work tomorrow because it's full of.
I don't know. But anyway, we have a final Jeopardy question, but I think everybody can answer this, and it'll be an easy answer. So you ready for the question?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. What's the best part of being an STC and the Philadelphia Metro chapter?
The people.
The people.
Jeopardy.
Numbers.
Jeopardy.
Playing Final Jeopardy.
I think everybody's kind of knows the answer. You said it, the people.
There you go.
So that's a free
Fun.
for. So
Okay, now do you want me to let's go through the scoring?
sure. So thank you for playing. Hopefully that was a little bit
great.
of fun for tonight,
That
just
was
to kind of
awesome.
make things a little bit festive. And just to kind of show you how old the chapter really is, you know, that some of these things were happening either a little bit before, the same time, or after that. You can put into perspective how things have changed in 50 years.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
So,
Anna and Anne Marie are tied at the bottom with 200. Good job. Tim is next with 500.
Almost losing.
Then we have Paul and Mahua. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I forgot, Rob. You had 400 too. You had 400. And then we got Tim with 500. Sorry. And then Mahua and who else? Somebody else. Paul. 600. And then we have the biggies. Karen, Bobby, and Maureen each have 1,000.
woo! I'm actually at the bottom because I'm the host. I have 0. So there you go.
I have 0.
Well, everybody, you know, it's already 8 and I don't want to keep you all night, but I appreciate you coming and attending our open house. Again, if you are not already a member or a volunteer, we would love to invite you. Even if you just want to be a member, an honorary member, you know, we're all family. So, you know, we definitely embrace the concept of city of brotherly or sisterly love, and that's definitely true of our chapter. I've always said that. And I hope you enjoyed the game, and hopefully you can help us celebrate through the rest of the year, and hopefully we can see you at the holiday party. So again, thanks for coming.
All right, bye everybody.
Thanks for doing this.
Great job.
Great job.
That was really fun.
Great job.
Take care. Nice to meet everybody.
Bye.